For the session, we we have is only CSE good or other branches dead? Myth versus reality. So this session will be taken by Professor Dr. Vijaya Gunturu sir, Adjunct Professor at the Department of ECE, IIIT Kurnool, India. So a few words about sir. Sir is a senior member IEEE, received the UG degree BTech EC from SVU, Tirupati, India. Post-graduation as MTech from the NIT Warangal, India. Awarded PhD from IIT Roorkee, India. Currently, Sir is the Adjunct Professor at the Department of ECE since March 2023 at a prestigious centrally funded government of Indian Institute of National Importance, that is IIIT Kurnool. A prestigious accolade of his being is not only supporting through routine teaching of UG and PG courses, also serving their board of studies in a consulting role, especially for their academic research and industry. 24 as principal, MBSR College of Engineering. Sir is currently also serving as a member PGCET 2024 Admissions Committee of Telangana Government State Council of Higher Education, representing autonomous private engineering colleges of the region. I request Sir to please address all the students and the institutes.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Sir? Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Yeah. I'm just trying to unmute my mic and commence the presentation. Is my slides visible?
Yes, sir. You can bring it to the presentation mode, sir.
Yeah. Am I
Yes,
visible?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much, IIE, Institute for Academic Excellence, for giving me this opportunity. I will touch base with this very important topic and very relevant topic of today. Is CSE and AI alone are good, or are there other core branches? Are they dead? That is the topic given, and I really enjoyed looking at this topic title itself. Thanks for the director IIE for giving me a nice topic. Let me try to explain. The objective of this session fundamentally is to expose the myths to the people who are aspiring for admissions in the current 2025 EAPCET and provide certain reality checks for the engineering aspirants as what kind of reality checks we can really think about. Let me try to throw some light. So basically, there are two myths I could see in this. One is only CSE and AI branches are lucrative. Is it a myth or not? Second one, other core branches, are they dead? We'll have to look into that. So I'll try to take up this topic in detail through my slides. First, I will touch base with current and future job market trends, then go with popularity of these branches, CS and other branches, allied branches, including AI. I'm just trying to show you one graphic. I hope you are able to see this. There is a blue line, which is admission popularity in the year 2025 as per certain research done at different levels. I was trying to combine them and put a graphic. There is also a job market trend in 2025. Please note, whoever is trying to apply and take an admission now will be graduated in 2029. If everything goes well, he must be able to get next 15-20 years to support his family, to serve the country, to serve the region. That should be the objective of any student who would like to take admission in 2025. From this perspective, I'm trying to look at each branch, starting with CSE and others. On the x-axis, you can see engineering branches, CSE, AIML, ECE, EEE, Mechanical, Civil, and Data Science, in which ECE, EEE, Mechanical, Civil are considered to be the core branches, and remaining are the upcoming or emerging branches. CSE is, of course, a popular branch. Here, you can see in the graph, I will just try to touch base how to read this graph. On the y-axis, there is a relative score is given on a scale of 0 to 10. AP stands for admissions popularity of CSE branch in 2025. You can see it is almost at 10, the maximum, while the job market demand is on the green dot, which is slightly lesser. And the projected demand by 2029 is much lesser than the current job market demand. You may ask, what is the veracity of this? Yeah, I may share that in detail in some other platform, but there is a lot of parameters that were taken into account to arrive at this, including industrial engineering graduates landscapes given by not only Government of India, but also in the globe. Next, AIML 2025 AP is approximately same as JMD. When I say AP, it is admissions popularity, and the job market demands are almost matching. But when you look at 2029, the job market demand is rising. You can see that red dot. In the same way, you can read the other branches. ECE, EEE, Mechanical, Civil, I will focus. You can see ECE is rising in 2029, the job demand I'm talking about. Similarly, EEE is also the job market demand is rising in 2029, because that is more important for those who are admitting now. What will be in 2029? That is more important, because you all get into job market in 2029, not today, right? Then mechanical, it is dipping. While I don't say that it is dead, it's just dipping. I'll let you know more details here. Civil also is dipping, whereas data science is rising. Now let's go to the next slide and try to understand why. Why so? What are the key drivers? What is driving this demand? What is driving this lack of demand? What are the possible reasons? Let us look into this in a little more detail. If you look at this table, discipline-wise, I have given number 1 is CSE, number 2 AI and ML, last is data science, including the emerging areas like cybersecurity. In between, you have ECE, EEE, and mechanical, civil on the rows. Whereas the column headings, if you see, there are second column heading, which is key drivers, and the last column, possible reasons for the dip. This is what I'm going to concentrate, because the ones in between, the job market demand and projected demand, are already explained in the previous graph. Now, the key drivers with CSE is software, product development, IT services, cybersecurity. These are the key drivers. These are the areas, these are the industries which are driving CSE today. And the reason for that is digital infrastructure is growing, cloud is growing, global IT hiring is also there. These are the reasons. Coming to AI and ML, generative AI, robotics, NLP, predictive analytics, these are the key drivers. Correspondingly, the AI adoption is enhancing in industries across various industries. Automation of tasks are also very much on rise over a period of time from now to 2029 and beyond. Coming to ECE, embedded systems, VLSI, IoT are the key drivers. These are the areas. IoT stands for Internet of Things. In fact, there are a lot of variations of IoT have come these days. I'll come to that if there are any specific questions. VLSI, very large scale integration chips. Making embedded systems is another area. These are the key drivers for ECE, and correspondingly, the reasons why these drivers are enhancing the demand is that, or moderating the demand, is because IoT, semiconductors, make in India, chip demand, these kind of things are rising in India as well as in abroad. In India, of course, it is much more rising these days. Then you have EEE, renewable energy, power systems. These are the areas which are the key drivers for this branch. And electrification, electric vehicles, smart grids, these are on rise. These are the reasons which makes this. Mechanical, manufacturing, mechatronics, automation are the key drivers, where the possible reasons for the decrease in demand happen to be the low automation adoption in India. When I say that, it's a bit of stagnation here and there. A lot of parameters play this stagnation part. However, if you look at abroad, things are different. So if you are looking at only India, yes, there is low automation adoption is in hand. Infrastructure, urban development, green buildings are driving civil engineering, while infrastructure slowdowns are happening. Urban overdevelopment in metros are happening. These are the reasons why there is a slightly dip in the demand. Data science is a niche area, very latest and new area, but rapidly expanding. At the moment, it is low, but it is rising a lot in 2029, very high. Demand will be there in 2029 and beyond. Tech infrastructure is rising, risk managements are rising. That is what is driving this. Now, next slide, let us look at the myth and try to address the myth in view of this. Why do I call this as a myth? Only CSE and AI branches are lucrative. I call it as a myth because while CSE and AI are in demand fields today, other core branches like mechanical, electrical, electronics, civil are still valuable and have their own set of opportunities. The evidence is many industries rely on knowledge earned, skills developed, and emerging advancements in core branches. Please note this. This is an evidence. Even today, it is valid, not only in India, across the globe. Mechanical engineering, manufacturing, automotive, aerospace, energy sectors always need those engineers. Coming to the electrical engineering, power generation, you can't avoid. It will be just rising. But what is the nature of power? Is it electric power or nuclear power? That is a different ballgame altogether. Or alternate power, that is a different ballgame. But yes, there is a power generation that is needed for anything to run, any industry to run, any organization to run. Similarly, not just generation, transmission is required, distribution is required. There are a lot of issues that requires to be addressed. Civil engineering, infrastructure, development, construction, and urban planning, this is what is going to continue for a long time, not only in India, but also abroad. And in many of the developing nations, this is quite true. So in view of this, I don't say specifically this is definitely this part of AI and CSC branches are lucrative. It's definitely a myth because we are not looking only at India. We are supposed to look at global because world is becoming smaller and smaller as technology grows. Let us look at the second myth. Are core branches dead? I think I already answered it, but I'll go into a different perception of the same. Core branches like mechanical, electrical, and civil engineering are fundamental. In fact, if you look at computer science, I can graduate myself in any specific specialization of my passion or interest and can still learn computer science, IT, AI, machine learning. All these things are something which I can add on to make myself relevant. That's why I say at the end, various industries, these are fundamental, as well as to make yourself currently relevant to it, you need to really add on to these aspects in addition to the core areas. And yes, one can definitely have a lot of career paths that can be designed, customized as career paths are possible. So one need not get desperate in trying to say that, Array, yaar, I have not got CSE, I have not got AIML, my rank is low and all that. In fact, it all depends upon how much you would like to be relevant. If you like to be relevant, yes. If you are trying to update yourself, yes. If you can consult people like IIE type of consultants, professional consultants, I'm sure there are people who are ready to guide if you yourself is not able to take the guidance because of the information explosion happening all through the world on various aspects. And in fact, there are a lot of hypes, and one need to really understand these myths in a very more detailed way. Demand exists very much if aiming at Indian government sectors, for example, at the moment and 2009 and little beyond, if you look at for the core branches, yes, there is demand, continuous demand will be there in PSUs based jobs, PSC based careers, public sector, public service commission based careers, private sector, public sector undertakings. These are the things where these core branches can have been and will continue to be. Higher studies abroad, yes, you require GATE, CAT, lot of GMAT, this, that. A lot of areas are opened up in various institutions abroad. I don't aim only at US, you can aim anywhere in the world. I am telling you, world is small. Not just look at only India and around Hyderabad or around Telangana. If you are talented, if you are relevant, if you are able to hone up your skills, you are relevant always and continue to be relevant. Exploring abroad job opportunities are possible while you are taking a core branch. Focus yourself on transferable skills. That's very, very, very important aspect. And I need to go a little more on this transferable skills to make people understand what I'm talking. See, when you look at only job market trends, which are actually quite dynamic. In fact, as you can see, the cartoon that I have given, many people say is a very common cartoon you come across these days, which depicts the reality. I'm worried that soon AI will take away my job, kind of a story. Those things, no, I don't accept them, because as long as you continue to be relevant, it is not at all difficult. And now the question is, key is to learn transferable skills. Especially interdisciplinary approaches are not only in the studies, but also in research. People are focusing on interdisciplinary research. And governments all across the globe, including India, are focusing more on interdisciplinary approaches. However, your CSE, your AI, your data science, your machine learning, these are all the tools that you will be using. Like, you should learn the tool as well as you should learn the core traits you should try to acquire, and you try to hone up your core traits as how to use them for the using the advanced tools that you have. There is a high demand for CSC and AI, but competition is also very much high in CSC and AI. And please note, it is quite a volatile area. No software today, whatever you have got, will remain to be there for next few years, because every 3 months to 6 months, industry thinks of replacing its own versions. Even if you purchase a small laptop or a phone, they say they are replacing it within 3 to 4 months. Otherwise, they can't be in the job market. They can't be in the market at all unless they replace themselves. So the improvements are going up. So what the point here is, those who are in the core branches, definitely the opportunities in niche areas are on steady demand, and they continue to exist. Now let us look a little on what are these transferable skills and how do we handle this. Let us understand what is this transferable skills means. The transferable skills are those ensure leading a comfortable life for next 20 years. That's what I'm looking at. If I join today in an institution in Telangana or anywhere, maybe 4 to 5 years later, I'll be out. Once I'm out, then what am I expecting? When I said 5 years, I'm not expecting that you will fail in fourth year and then go up to fifth year. But there are integrated programs also with integrated MTech joined these days. That's the reason why I said 4 to 5 years. But once you come out, you should have definitely next 20 years, excellent life. And that depends upon the employability, You can always find work even in changing economies if you have transferable skills. If you can really have ability to move to high paying sectors, that is possible if you can earn transferable skills. Career growth is just at your doorstep if you are having transferable skills. Stability plus flexibility, both are possible if you have transferable skills. Like, you don't need to worry about job loss in one sector. You can always shift if you have transferable skills. On top of all, what gives satisfaction is your own personal impact. With experience, you can, if you can help infrastructure, society, and community, be it through smart city designs, renewable energy things, public works, tech startups like entrepreneurial exercises, or sustainable housing, if you can try to come up with possible. So there is nothing like, there's nothing like, it's not there we are having a recession. It is only the skills are shifting, jobs are shifting from one area to another. So what is it that we need to develop? We need to develop in the current context. Even if you get into an institution in a core branch, you should remain valuable and usable in different industries, roles, or even in new technologies, regardless of how the job market evolves for next 10, 20, 30 years. These are such kind transferable skills are such skills that ensure that even if industries evolve or even disappear, one continue to stay employable, adaptable, and valuable. Please note, my dear listeners, whatever I've spoken about transferable skills are going to speak about this in next one slide or two slides. They are applicable even for CSE, III branches also. So not that they are away from it. Even CSE, AI also require transferable skills. Branch specific transferable skills that you need to learn in the next 4 years in whichever branch you join, be it CSE, AI, or any allied branches which are being in demand these days, or those core branches. Just focus on your transferable skills in a smart way. And they are critical for long-term success to ensure a global career mobility. Job shifts from industry to industry you should be able to do. For example, from automotive to clean energy to data-driven operations. Tech disruption. Careers are less about one job for life and more about adapting to evolving roles. Please understand these basic rules, which people should be smart enough to think, as well as when I say people, it is not just people alone, they sponsor us also. I mean PUPIL, people, that is students, and not PEOPLE, and their sponsors, which are the parents. They also should look at these angles. Life satisfaction, those transferable skills can shift careers without needing to start over from the beginning or scratch. You should be able to impact on family and society, stable income, society mobility, social mobility, leadership roles, and ability to give back. These are the things that you need to look at. Now, coming to the branch transferable skills, branch wise, I'm trying to list what are the transferable skills. I already said it is not just for core skills, even for other, even core branches, even for AI, ML, this kind of demand, branches in demand also it is required. Computer science and AI, the transferable long-term skills that you require is programming, data analysis, automation, and AI tools. What am I suggesting? What am I suggesting is whether you choose or whether you have got an admission into a particular location, particular branch, which is a very branch in demand, don't rush towards don't rush towards selecting or ignoring selecting only core branches which are in demand today, or ignoring core branches. Don't do all that kind of things. You just got a seat based on what you deserve, and you have already written your EAPCET. You just take the seat. But as already explained by my previous speaker also, and in many sessions of this particular IAE organized program, they are giving you a lot of tips to pick up the branches, and also colleges. Colleges and branches, these are very important areas because these 4 years, wherever you go, you need to really focus on these aspects, which are transferable skills. If you are getting a mechanical engineering, concentrate on CAD, systems thinking, robotics, manufacturing design. If you are in EEE, go to power systems, IoT, circuit design, automation. You concentrate on these skills, developing these skills, focusing on these skills. If you have got a civil engineering, project planning, sustainability, GIS, risk management, these are the areas you need to have, develop your own transferable skills. Electronics and communication, think about embedded systems, IoT, signal processing, hardware, software integration areas. These are the subjects and core areas where you can definitely get transferable skills. Industrial or mechatronics, lean systems, industrial automation, control systems, these are the areas where you still have. Because when you talk about control systems, it also has, if you look at the today's uh, technology of drones or whatever it is, which are unmanned aerial vehicles, you need a combination of mechanical, electronics, control systems, and all. So, chemical or materials also is another area, because everywhere you need material parts, which are very important. Process optimization, soft safety, innovation, material science. These are certain skills that you need to develop in these areas to be transferable. There are certain recommendations I would like to give for candidates who are aspiring for admission, as well as to the parents. First, I'll take up the candidates. Don't limit yourself to just CSE and AI. Explore multiple branches. That is my strong recommendation. Choose a branch that aligns with both passions and strengths. Just don't go with the wave. You look at yourself, consider your own interests, rely on one's own honest SWOT. I mean, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. You can analyze yourself, and if not, there are consultants like IIE which will help you to get this analysis done. And there are experts with whom these IIE networks, such as me and others, who will try to help them. That's not an issue. So we are here to help. So we are here to handhold. So my suggestion is choose a branch that aligns not just with the passion alone, but your strengths also, personal strengths in trying to master a subject or get a skill or earn a transferable skill. Develop transferable skills at the end, which is basically to focus on skills that are valuable across industries, such as problem solving, critical thinking, and communication skills. Recommendations for parents: support your child's interests, encourage children to explore different branches and find what suits them the best. Please do this encouragement, my dear parents. Focus on skill development. Skill development of your child is very important. Don't focus on marks. In terms, of course, marks are very important for him to get graduated through a university system or through a board. But definitely let you as a parent focus on skill development of your child. Whether he is learning whether he is able to have a lifelong learning skills he is able to get, you promote in them through various aspects. You don't need to spend money on this these days, because there are a lot of funding projects Government of India is trying to support to various institutions that you are opting for. Even otherwise, you can collaborate with those institutions. If you are in an institution where there is not much of a funding, you can still have collaborations possible, and you can collaborate with your colleagues, or your child can collaborate with your other children of other institutions where they are actually having a strong basis, and try to go up. Stay updated always, my dear parents. Keep yourself informed about industry trends and emerging opportunities. When I say stay updated, for which you require to stay connected, not just at the beginning during admission, even during the course of your what's progress in a college, you need to be in touch with the consultants and experts who are associated with these consulting firms like IAE, so that you can definitely get guided better. Why core branches will remain relevant? As I said, sustainability needs. My previous speaker was talking about sustainability goals. UN defined sustainability goals accepted by India and trying to support a lot of projects. Yes, please understand Your core branches require to be there forever, and it will have to be relevant, because from green buildings to electric vehicles and clean energy all require core engineering expertise. Definitely don't just run towards only AI and ML and other. Okay, if you are getting a seat, if you are able to get through, that is fine. Even otherwise, no need to get disappointed. Infrastructure expansion is one area where developing nations are still building roads, bridges, and smart cities all over the globe. World is small. Please don't restrict yourself to a city. In fact, there are a number of scholarships being offered by various governments through other governments to get attracted and then move yourself to those places and then serve yourself to your best satisfaction. Integration with tech. AI and ML and IoT are being embedded into mechanical, electrical, and civil engineering planning. Essentially, those who are into AI and ML and IoT, these good branches, which they are in demand today, they also must think of collaborating with other branch students, because without which you will not be able to, one cannot be an expert in every area. So definitely you need to collaborate. You need to really have an interdisciplinary approach. Even though you master yourself in 4 years of engineering on AI and ML or other niche areas or other growing areas like data science, but you need to really collaborate yourself with other core branches also. So core branches people anyway required to augment themselves with AI, ML and other niche areas like data science. Policy support. Governments and international bodies support infra growth and energy transition, as well as space and defense. Another area where mechanical, electrical are foundational to aerospace, defense, and satellite technology. So don't ignore these areas. I'm sure you must be going through a lot of live transmissions. Even in this few months back, also there are aerospace launching of vehicles or to satellites, all as well as recent after the Pahalgam attacks. You can see the defense is also trying to. In fact, India is also rising in its budget and defense spending. So naturally, you have satellite technology is another area where communications and all is required. So definitely, these are the areas where you cannot say that these branches, core branches, will be dead. Now, before I close the closing remarks, in choosing in a branch in 2025, because you'll be graduating in 2029, I encourage you all to think as below: which discipline will not only offer jobs in its own field, but also help me build skills that are transferable and useful to the industries? This is the question that you need to ponder around today. More details, I can give references like this, examples of high value transferable skills there are in engineering education. I can share this presentation where this hyperlink, if you try to press, you will get the details in one chart. Choosing a branch with long-term transferable value, strategic advices are also possible. I can give this chart also along with my presentation. I'll share it with IAE, who will in turn pass it on to those who are in need of these kind of things. Although I'm not dwelling too much into it, because I think I'm running out of time that is allotted to me. In summary, let me conclude my talk saying that understand the myths that I have discussed, understand realities. So, candidates are encouraged to make informed decisions based on their interests and strengths, stay adaptable, be open to new opportunities. And one final thought: instead of asking which branch will guarantee me a job, a constant question that normally institutions face, admission teams face, consultants face, the question that you are required to ask and honestly answer to your own self is: which branch will help me build skills that I can apply across roles, industries, evolving technology scenarios, so that I can stay relevant and impactful for decades, so that you are supporting not only yourself, but your families. Thank you so much. Thanks for the opportunity. Thanks for patient listening.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your knowledge and all the insights with the students. So, if I request the students, if you have any questions, please raise your hands. Sir, meer question adugutara? Sir toti? Loknath Reddy, sir, you can please unmute yourself and interact with Sir Giridhar sir.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, is there any upgradation in IIITDM, sir? If my son will get mechanical, can upgrade to EC?
Okay. Your question is whether there is a transfer from one branch to another in
Yes, sir.
IIITDM. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't think they have this scheme at this moment, but it is already in thoughts. Normally, in some institutions of repute, after 1 year, based on the first year's performance, if there are any vacancies, they may take, but chances are remote, and I don't expect that you should think about that kind of a scenario. Instead, I request to him to, if at all IIITDM or some such good institutions, he has got an admission, whichever branch it is, pick it up. Yes, if you want to transfer, yes, go ahead. But in some institutions like BITS, of course, MCET is not covered with BITS, but in some institutions, there are dual degrees available. In some institutions, there are, in fact, national and new education policy people are trying to really implement in some institutions. You will get definitely opportunities of certificates, diplomas beyond first year also. Every year, they'll try to give you some whenever you want to move to the other one. So I think in IIITDM, no, not at this point of time. But yes, there is a thought process ongoing.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, when it happened to compare in between IIIT Raipur CS and Vellore Institute of Technology, VAT Vellore CSE, which one we have to prefer, sir?
Incomparable, Andy, because the basic objectives of these two institutions are not same. Please understand what I'm talking. I'll elaborate.
Please, sir.
The one you are talking about is an institution funded by Government of India.
Yes, sir.
And it is a service motto institution, an institution with a great service motto. So their vision, their mission, their objectives of training their graduates is for a different mission and for different visions. VIT is a private institution. Definitely, its motto will be more in terms of serving certain industries, as well as making it more globally relevant kind of a thing. So these two are different ball game altogether. I request the perception of the individual, I mean the concerned student, would weigh more, plus the perception of the parent in accommodating the student's studies, be it Vellore or Kurnool, which is the better way. You can think about those operational aspects in making a decision, because at the end of the day, as I said, as long as you are into transferable skills, you are focusing yourself on transferable skills and promoting your boy to be relevant to the industry as he goes around, whichever institution he joins, not an issue. Of course, the edge is always for IIITDM, because the kind of facilities, the kind of infrastructure definitely is not that I serve in IIITDM, but I know comparatively IIITDM is a better choice. That's, if you want an answer straight from my mouth, if it were to be my child, I would have done IIITDM rather than Vellore.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, mathematics, computing and course manunda, sir, bits lo mathematics and computing.
It is being introduced newly, and in the bits and like electronics and computer engineering and okati open chesar ee madhya. In Dubai campus also it is there. In India campus also it is there.
Mathematics chala focus chestadu. Mathematics in computing ane adugutunnadu, computing course.
Mathematics in computing is there, but it is in the form of integrated program andi, to my knowledge. MSc Tech antaru danni.
Okay.
దానికి కూడా దాని నుంచే వస్తుంది. అయితే if your rank is very good, You may get into a BE because BITS offers BE engineering, Bachelor of Engineering courses, not technology courses.
Okay.
On the other hand, MSc Tech is another area where it is equivalent to BTech.
Yes, sir.
So you can think about that. Mathematics in computing is a very good area, Andy. There is a lot of demand that comes up. But again, I am telling you, conventional mathematics, conventional computing won't help. You will have to concentrate on transferable skills.
ఓకే సార్, ఇంకో చిన్న డౌట్ సార్. ఇప్పుడు బిట్స్లో సీట్ గురించి మేము ట్రై చేస్తున్నాము. అంత లోపల ఇప్పుడు ఎంసెట్ కౌన్సిలింగ్ అవుతుంది. ఇప్పుడు నేను బిట్స్ గురించి ట్రై చేసే లోపల ఇక్కడ మాకు ఇక్కడ ఎంసెట్ డేట్ అయిపోతుంది. దాని గురించి నాకు కొద్దిగా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, ఒకటి క్లారిఫై చేస్తారు. ఇందులో వచ్చి ఎంసెట్లో వచ్చి 3500 ర్యాంక్ వచ్చిందండి. బిట్స్లో వచ్చి 390కి 247 వచ్చింది. కానీ మాకు డౌట్ ఉంది, ఇంకోటి అడిషనల్ బిట్స్ సెకండ్ ఫేజ్ ఉంది, అందులో రాసే మనం ఇంప్రూవ్ చేసుకొని మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ కంప్యూటింగ్ కోర్స్ కానీ లేకుంటే ఎంటెక్ మీరు ఏదైతే అన్నారో ఆ కోర్స్ చేయడానికి మా అబ్బాయి ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉన్నారు. అంటే మేము ఎలా చేయాలని డౌట్.
టెక్ అన్నానండి నేను, ఎంటెక్ కాదు అది, ఎంఎస్సి టెక్ అంటారు దాన్ని. Coming to your question, Andy, I can focus myself and tell you something very clear. ఎవ్రీ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్ వాళ్ళ డేట్స్ వాళ్ళ డెడ్ లైన్స్ లో వెళ్తున్నారండి. యూనిఫైడ్ డెడ్ లైన్స్ అండ్ డేట్స్ లేవు అట్ ద మూమెంట్. సో మీకు ఇబ్బంది ఉంది. కాకపోతే ఐ హావ్ సీన్ దట్ ఇన్ ఈఏపీసీఈటీ కానీ బిట్స్ లో కానీ విత్డ్రాయల్ కి ఆప్షన్స్ మీరు కౌన్సిలింగ్కి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు అడగాలి. ఐ మీన్ టు సే కెన్ యూ చేంజ్ యువర్ ఆప్షన్, కెన్ ఐ విత్డ్రా, వాట్ ఈస్ ద మనీ ఐ హ్యావ్ టు పే బిఫోర్ విత్డ్రాయల్, ఇలాంటి కొన్ని ఆప్షన్స్ వాళ్ళు ఓపెన్ అప్ చేస్తున్నారు మంచి ర్యాంక్ ఉండే స్టూడెంట్స్ కి.
Okay.
So you can explore with the consultant. It is a very, very specific question to your boy. So I request, it needs a specific answer from the concerned who are going. As far as I know, TAP seat lo meeku ఒకసారి సీట్ తీసుకున్న తర్వాత EAP తెలంగాణ EAP seat లో తీసుకున్న తర్వాత సెకండ్ థర్డ్ కౌన్సిలింగ్ లో మీరు డ్రాప్ కూడా అవ్వడానికి ఛాన్స్ ఉందని విన్నాను నేను. I know that it is there. సిమిలర్లీ బిట్స్ లో కూడా మీకు డ్రాప్ కు ఛాన్సెస్ ఉంటాయి, ఉండకుండా అయితే ఉండదు. కాకపోతే దేర్ విల్ బి సమ్ డిపాజిట్ ఏదో అడుగుతారు, మోస్ట్లీ సమ్ మినిమం డిపాజిట్ ఏదో ఉంటుంది. సో దట్ ది సీట్ నెక్స్ట్ పర్సన్ ఎవరైనా తీసుకునే రెడీగా ఉంటే ఇచ్చేస్తారు యూజువల్ గా. సో థింక్ అబౌట్ ఆప్షన్స్ అండి.
ఇప్పుడు యాక్చువల్ ఏంటంటే ఎంసెట్ ఇప్పుడు వెబ్సైట్ది ఇప్పుడు 1 వీక్ లో స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. నేనైతే ఇప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ వెబ్సైట్ కి అప్లై చేసి తర్వాత బిట్స్ గురించి నేను ట్రై చేయొచ్చు అంటారా?
టు బి ఆన్ సేఫర్ సైడ్ అది బెటర్ అండి.
ఓకే, ఫస్ట్ అయితే వెబ్సైట్ ట్రై చేసి ఒక సీటు కన్ఫర్మ్ చేసుకొని తర్వాత బిట్స్ కి నేను ట్రై చేయడం
కదా. ఏ బర్డ్ ఇన్ హ్యాండ్ ఇస్ బెటర్ దాన్ నథింగ్ కదా.
ఓకే 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 సార్. అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ పేమెంట్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది, పేమెంట్ మళ్ళీ మనకు అక్కడ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ అవుతుందా?
అది అట్లా ఈ రెండు వేరు కదండి, దే ఆర్ నాట్ సేమ్. దిస్ ఈజ్ అ ప్రైవేట్ యూనివర్సిటీ.
అంటే మళ్ళీ ఎలా దాన్ని, అంటే నాకు ఐడియా లేదు, అందుకు
ఎంసెట్ లో బిట్స్ కి ఎంసెట్ కి రెండు డిఫరెంట్ ఛానల్స్ అండి అవి. దే వోంట్, దేర్ ఇస్ నో ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ బిట్వీన్ దెమ్.
మరి అలా అంటే విత్డ్రా చేసుకుంటే అమౌంట్ అంతా ఇది అవుతుంది
అది కౌన్సిలింగ్ నామ్స్ ఏ ఉంటాయో ఈఏపీసీఎట్ లో, దాన్ని చూడండి ఒకసారి. కన్సర్న్డ్ ఐ థింక్ ఐఏఈ వాళ్ళు, మేబీ వెంకటేష్ గారు లేకపోతే దేర్ స్టాఫ్ కెన్ క్లారిఫై దిస్. ఓకే, బట్ టు మై నాలెడ్జ్ ట్రాన్స్ఫరబుల్ కాదండి. మనీ ఇస్ నాట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫరబుల్.
ఎక్కడ కనుక్కోవాలి దీని గురించి డీటెయిల్స్ తెలుసుకోవాలంటే ఐడియా ఉంటే చెప్తారా?
కన్సల్ట్ లైక్ ఐఏఈ వాళ్ళు కానీ లేకపోతే ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్ డైరెక్ట్ గా ఫర్ కౌన్సిలింగ్ వెళ్ళినప్పుడు అక్కడ ఉన్న ఆఫీసర్స్ తో కానీ మాట్లాడితే వాళ్ళు చెప్తారు ఎప్పుడు విత్డ్రాయల్ ఉంది. మీకు ఐ థింక్ పేపర్ నోటిఫికేషన్ లో కూడా అడ్వర్టైజ్మెంట్ కూడా ఇచ్చినట్లు నేను చూసాను ఎక్కడో. దట్ ఈ పర్టికులర్ ఫస్ట్ కౌన్సిలింగ్ అయిన తర్వాత ఈ టైం వరకు మీరు విత్డ్రా చేసుకోవచ్చు, అలా ఆప్షన్స్ ఉంటాయి. అది ఎక్స్ప్లోర్ చేయండి దయచేసి.
ఓకే, బిట్స్
నోటిఫికేషన్ ఇంకా రిలీజ్ అవ్వలేదు సార్. అది నోటిఫికేషన్
రిలీజ్ వచ్చినప్పుడు మీరు చూడొచ్చు, దాంట్లో ఉంటుంది ఖచ్చితంగా స్టాండర్డ్ ఫార్మాట్ ఓన్లీ.
అవును సార్, ఇది సీటు అలాట్మెంట్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత వీళ్ళు ఫీజు కట్టి తర్వాత క్యాన్సిల్ చేసుకోవాలనుకుంటే ఒక డెడ్ లైన్ ఇస్తారు. ఆ డేట్ లోపల మీరు క్యాన్సిల్ చేసుకుంటే మీ ఫీజు రీఫండ్ అవుతుంది.
ఇది చాలా కామన్ ప్రాక్టీస్ ఇన్ గవర్నమెంట్ ఏజెన్సీస్ అండి. నేను ఉన్నాను కాబట్టి ఒక మీటింగ్ లో ఐ నో దట్ ఇట్ విల్ కమ్ అప్. మీకు వస్తుంది ఇప్పుడు, ఇప్పుడు రాకపోయినా వస్తుంది. అది వచ్చినప్పుడు ఆ డేట్ చూసి కేర్ఫుల్ గా ప్లే చేయండి.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి.
Any more questions from the students end? Prasanna, yes madam Prasanna, you can please speak and interact to Vijaya sir.
Hello
madam మాట్లాడండి sir తోటి. yes sir, చెప్పండి sir.
సార్ ఇది JNTU 5 years డ్యూయల్ డిగ్రీ కోర్స్ ఆఫర్ చేస్తుంది సార్. వాటికి అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఏంటి, డిసడ్వాంటేజ్ ఏంటి సార్? మళ్ళీ తర్వాత ఈ డ్యూయల్ డిగ్రీ చేసిన తర్వాత గేట్ రాసి మళ్ళీ ఎంటెక్ చేయొచ్చా?
సార్ డ్యూయల్ డిగ్రీ మీరు
5 years course
ఆప్ట్
integrated.
చేసినప్పుడు పీజీకి ఎందుకు వెళ్ళాలి అనే ఆలోచన థింక్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది, మీ అబ్బాయి కూడా మీ వార్డ్ కూడా. వాట్ ఈస్ దేర్ ఆర్ 2 types ఆఫ్ థింగ్స్ అండి. ఒకటి, ఇప్పుడు బిట్స్ లో అయితే ఇంటగ్రేటెడ్ పీజీ అంటారు దాన్ని, ఎంఎస్సి టెక్ అని ఇప్పుడే చెప్పాను నేను. వేరస్ JNTUకి వచ్చేటప్పటికి డ్యూయల్ డిగ్రీ అంటే వాళ్ళు ఒక ఇంజనీరింగ్ డిగ్రీ ఆర్ అండ్ 1 more డిగ్రీ ఇన్ ద సేమ్ లెవెల్, అంటే అండర్ గ్రాడ్యుయేట్ బ్యాచులర్ లెవెల్లో ఇస్తే అది డ్యూయల్ డిగ్రీ అవుతుంది. 2 డ్యూయల్ డిగ్రీస్ అనమాట. ఇట్ ఈస్ అ మాడ్యులర్గా చేస్తారు అది. పీజీ ఈజ్ అ డిఫరెంట్ బాల్ గేమ్. నౌ ది క్వశ్చన్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వెన్ యూ చూస్ ద ఆప్షన్స్, డ్యూయల్ డిగ్రీ అంటే ఫస్ట్ డిగ్రీ ఏంటి మెకానికల్, సెకండ్ డిగ్రీ ఏంటి కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్, అలా ఉందా JNTUలో? ఐ డౌట్, బట్ దిస్ ఈస్ దేర్ ఇన్ బిట్స్. Now, if you talk about
ఎలక్ట్రికల్ లో బీటెక్ అండ్ ఎంటెక్ అన్నారు సార్, డ్యూయల్ డిగ్రీ ప్రోగ్రామ్.
that is actually a model which is equivalent to bits. తీసుకుంటే మీరు పీజీని ఇంటగ్రేట్ చేశారు వాళ్ళు, అంటే 4 years బ్యాచులర్ 2 years మాస్టర్స్ కాకుండా రెండింటినీ కలుపుతున్నారు. కలిపితే 6 years అవుతుంది. ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ దట్ 5 years లో కంప్లీట్ చేస్తున్నారు. దట్ ఈస్ అ గుడ్ ఆప్షన్ అండి, ప్రొవైడెడ్ ది క్యాండిడేట్ హిమ్సెల్ఫ్ ఈజ్ వెరీ మచ్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ to go into teaching research entrepreneurial exercises.
Sir, I will add something.
Exercise is very good option andi. Industry ke vellali ani unte I don't think that is required. You can as well complete with BTech and then see what you can do. NEP implement చేస్తే అప్పుడు మీకు 4 years తర్వాత విత్డ్రా అయ్యేదానికి ఛాన్స్ వచ్చి వాళ్ళు బీటెక్ ఇస్తే ఇట్ ఇస్ ఆల్సో ఎ గుడ్ వన్, బికాస్ దీస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ ఎవాల్వింగ్ సిస్టమ్స్ టుడే. I don't know whether I answered your question or not, Prasanna garu.
Okay, sir. Sir, another question, sir.
Yes.
And now all colleges are converted their course 60% of courses into computer science.
Okay.
After 4 years దీనికి ఎంత డిమాండ్ ఉండొచ్చు కంప్యూటర్ కోర్స్ కి? ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు ఎలక్ట్రానిక్స్ వచ్చిన సార్, ఇప్పుడు కంప్యూటర్స్ రాని వాళ్ళకి డైరెక్ట్ గా ఏ కోర్స్ వస్తే ఆ కోర్స్ జాయిన్ అవుతారు ఎంసెట్ లో, అప్పుడు ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. ఎలక్ట్రానిక్స్
1 or 2 slides of my presentation focused on this topic అండి. మీరు చూసారో లేదో ఒకసారి ఐ కెన్ రిపీట్ దట్. బేసిక్ గా ఏంటంటే 2005 లో మీరు అడ్మిషన్ తీసుకుంటే 2009 లో అబ్బాయి బయటకు వస్తాడు, అమ్మాయి కానీ అబ్బాయి కానీ బయటకు వస్తారు. 2009 తర్వాత ఇంకొక 10-12 years వాడికి మంచి కెరియర్ ఉండాలి అనే విధంగా మనం ఈ రోజు ప్లాన్ చేయాలి అనేది నా టాక్ యొక్క మెయిన్ లక్ష్యం. యాక్చువల్గా అందులో నేను మాట్లాడిన విషయంలో క్లియర్గా ఏం చెప్పానంటే, ట్రాన్స్ఫరబుల్ స్కిల్స్ ఏ బ్రాంచ్ మీరు తీసుకున్నా కూడా మీరు అన్నట్లు కన్వర్ట్ చేసేసారు, అసలు కోర్ బ్రాంచెస్ లేవు అని అంటే, కన్వర్ట్ ఎందుకు చేశారు? మేనేజ్మెంట్స్ కానీ లేకపోతే కాలేజెస్ కానీ యూనివర్సిటీస్ కానీ ఎందుకు చేశారు? దే ఆర్ కన్వర్టెడ్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ది జాబ్ ట్రెండ్స్ అండ్ కరెంట్ ఉన్నటువంటి ట్రెండ్స్ని బట్టి వాళ్ళు ఏదో చేస్తున్నారు. కమింగ్ టు ద యూ యాజ్ ఎ స్టూడెంట్ ఆర్ యాజ్ ఎ పేరెంట్, వెన్ యూ ఆర్ లుకింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ దిస్ యాంగిల్, ఇంజనీరింగ్లో జాయిన్ అయిన తర్వాత ఏ బ్రాంచ్ అయినా కూడా ఇంక్లూడింగ్ నిష్ ఏరియానా కాదా, ఈ రోజు పరిస్థితి ఏంటంటే ఇంటర్ డిసిప్లినరీ ఏరియాలోకి వెళ్ళాలి. AIML చేసినా డేటా సైన్స్ చేసినా మళ్ళీ వీడికి కోర్ బ్రాంచ్ నాలెడ్జ్ కొంత లేకుండా వాడు కంప్లీట్గా జాబ్లోకి వెళ్ళలేడు, ఎంప్లాయబుల్ కాలేడు. ఇన్ఫ్యాక్ట్ ఫర్ యువర్ కైండ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అండి, రీసెంట్గా ఒక వెరీ అఫీషియల్ మీటింగ్ నేను అటెండ్ అయ్యాను. లింక్డ్ఇన్ ప్రొఫెషనల్ ప్రొఫైల్ వాళ్ళు ఆర్గనైజ్ చేశారు ఇది. This was organized on the 8th of May at Novotello ఆర్గనైజ్ చేశారండి. వాళ్ళు ఇచ్చిన ఇన్పుట్ ఏంటంటే 170 million jobs are most likely to become obsolete unless they take up or they learn these transferable skills. ట్రాన్స్ఫరబుల్ స్కిల్స్ నేర్చుకోకుండా మీరు కంటిన్యూ అవుతే దగ్గర నెక్స్ట్ 2-3 yearsలో 170 million jobs ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బి అవుట్. ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ వాళ్ళ గురించి మాట్లాడుతున్నాను. ఇప్పుడు కొత్త వాళ్ళ పరిస్థితి ఏంటి? రెండోది సిలబస్. వెన్ యు ఆర్ మేకింగ్ సిలబస్ రివిజన్స్ చేస్తారు ప్రతి ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్ వాళ్ళు దాంట్లోకి నెక్స్ట్ 4 yearsలో రాబోయే సిలబస్ ఉందా లేదా, ఎలాంటివి వస్తున్నాయి, ఇవన్నీ కూడా బోర్డ్ ఆఫ్ స్టడీస్ అన్ని నిర్ణయిస్తారండి. చాలా చక్కగా చేస్తారు ఆ ఎక్సర్సైజ్ యూనివర్సిటీస్ కానీ అటానమస్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్ కానీ. కాలేజెస్లో మీరు సీట్స్ పెంచడం తగ్గడం గురించి మాట్లాడినప్పుడు ఇది ఇస్ అ టోటల్లీ డిఫరెంట్ బాల్ గేమ్. బికాస్ ప్రైవేట్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్ కొన్ని ఆర్ మెజారిటీ ఆఫ్ దెమ్ ఆల్సో లుక్ ఎట్ ఎ బిట్ ఆఫ్ ప్రాఫిట్. సో దట్ ఈస్ అనదర్ థింగ్ విచ్ ఈస్ ప్రాఫిటబుల్ టుడే అనే దానిపైన వాళ్ళు వెళ్ళి ఉండవచ్చు. So my suggestion, sir, don't get into this discussion or these thoughts. Look at your own person's, your own child's interests and passion. Based on that, what is his eligibility of getting into a particular branch? Based on that, he can always turn himself, because this is an era of interdisciplinary nature అండి. ఒక చోట ఉన్నవాడు అదొక్కటే నేర్చుకొని వాడు ఉద్యోగం వచ్చేస్తుంది, అయిపోతుంది, జీవితం సక్సెస్ఫుల్ అవుతుంది అనే పరిస్థితి లేదు ఈ రోజున. డెఫినెట్గా ప్రతి బ్రాంచ్కి మీరు ఏ బ్రాంచ్ తీసుకున్నా అదర్ ఏరియాస్ కూడా నేర్చుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం ఈరోజు ఉంది. ఐ వాంటెడ్ యూ ఆల్ టు థింక్ అబౌట్ దాట్. డోంట్ బాదర్ అబౌట్ ది కాలేజెస్ టేకింగ్ 60% ఆఫ్ CSE IIA పెట్టుకుంటారు, మిగిలిన పెట్టుకోవట్లేదు అంటే బికాస్ చేరేవాళ్ళు లేకపోయి ఖాళీగా ఉంటాయి కదా, వాళ్ళకున్న ఇబ్బందులు వాళ్ళ వల్ల చేస్తున్నారు. కానీ అది ఎందుకు జరుగుతుందంటే అగైన్ ద సేమ్ ట్రెండ్ పైనే వెళ్తున్నారు. బట్ ఇప్పుడు ఈ టైంలో కాన్స్టెంట్గా ఉండదు ట్రెండ్ విల్ కీప్ చేంజింగ్ డే ఆఫ్టర్ డే, ఇయర్ ఆఫ్టర్ ఇయర్. సో మళ్ళీ కొన్ని రోజులు అయిన తర్వాత మీరు యూ విల్ సీ దట్ ECE విల్ ట్రై టు ఇంక్రీజ్ ద సీట్స్, మే సమ్ మోర్ ఇయర్స్ తర్వాత దే మే కమ్ అప్ విత్ క్రాస్ డిసిప్లిన్ సీట్స్ లైక్ మెకట్రానిక్స్ అనో లేకపోతే ఇలాంటి వాటిపైన ఎక్కువ వెళ్ళిపోతారు. AI బేస్డ్ కోర్సెస్, డేటా సైన్స్, కప్లింగ్ విత్ సంథింగ్ ఎల్స్, మల్టిపుల్ డిగ్రీస్ అనో దేనికి వచ్చేస్తారు మెల్లగా. అన్ని కాలేజీల వాళ్ళు స్లోగా స్లిప్ అవుతారు. They will try to change over because industry drives, market drives, user drives. So engineer just have to really look at adaptability. Adhe nenu maatladina lecture andi. I just gave a gist of it. So don't bother about that, sir. Please try to go about whatever colleges do, let them be doing what they are doing, because it is not in our control or your control. But you try to take up the control of your own child and your own boy's career in terms of making a smart choice. That is, wherever branch, whichever branch he gets in, as per his rank or whatever it is, please try to think about transferable skills, earning, and encourage him to do so. I am sure he will have a bright future.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Dheeraj.
Yes, Dheeraj.
Yeah, I would like to know from you your opinion that I do not have much interest in computer science engineering. So I'm looking for joining, taking ECE or EEE or other branches. So can you tell me the future scope of these branches in the next 5 to 10 years time?
I think I am sharing my presentation to IAE అండి. ఆ ప్రెజెంటేషన్లో 1-2 లింక్స్ మీరు ఉంటాయి, నేను చూపించాను ఇంతకుముందు. అందులో మీకు కెరియర్ పాత్స్ కూడా నేను ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు ప్రొవైడ్ to IIE when I am sharing my presentation, which I have not presented today. But definitely career paths, for example, మీరు EEEలో ఉన్నారు, డ్యూరింగ్ 4 years మీరు చేయాల్సింది ఏంటి, పోస్ట్ 4 years అంటే వేటిపైన కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేయాలి, పోస్ట్ 4 years, I mean after 4 years, if you want to really be relevant to the market, what should be there, what are the market trends, global impacts పైన దృష్టి పెట్టుకొని కొన్ని ట్రెండ్స్ తయారు చేయడం జరిగింది at my end personal level. I will share it with IIE and I don't say that is the final, that is based on today's information that we have, but slight changes as we go along, we need to trim it. So my request to you, Dheeraj, yes, plan whatever based on your interest or passion, join that branch, whatever you get, and later on be in touch with consultants for us to guide you. Not only we, but also there are some consultants and counselors available well within the institutions where you join also. వాళ్ళు అక్కడ ఉన్న లోకల్ రిసోర్సెస్ చూడండి. ఒకవేళ కుదరకపోతే యూ కెన్ కమ్ బ్యాక్ టు అస్, దెన్ వీఆర్ హియర్ టు గైడ్ యూ. ఎనీవే ఐ విల్ ట్రై టు గివ్ సమ్ కెరియర్ పాత్స్ టు IAE in my presentation as external links which one can click. ఇప్పుడు EEE మీరు అడిగిన క్వశ్చన్కి దాంట్లో ఆన్సర్ దొరుకుతుందండి. విచ్ పాత్స్ వెళ్ళాలి, ఏ టైప్ ఏ స్కిల్స్ మీరు డెవలప్ చేసుకోవాలి, ఏ ఇండస్ట్రీస్ చూస్తున్నాయి. ఐ ట్రై టు యాడ్ అప్ దోస్ థింగ్స్ ఆల్సో యాజ్ అడిషనల్ స్కిల్స్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్, ధీరజ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ, ఇట్స్ అ నైస్ క్వశ్చన్. ఐ ట్రై టు గివ్ దట్ informative PPT to IIE which they will share with you.
Okay, sir. And one
Sure,
more
sir.
question.
Yes, Dheeraj, please ask sir. You can just talk to sir.
If I'm planning to take ECE, so should I take pure ECE or should I have any specialization in it, like VLSI design and all, and AI?
Once you are into ECE, I already gave it in one of the charts in my presentation. If you have concentrated on it, embedded systems, IoT, ఇలాంటి ఏరియాస్లోకి వెళ్ళాల్సి వస్తుంది మీరు.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
థ్యాంక్ యూ ప్రొఫెసర్ గారు నమస్కారం. వెంకటేష్ అండి.
నమస్కారం అండి వెంకటేష్ గారు.
చాలా
థాంక్స్ ఫర్ ప్రొవైడింగ్ దిస్
చాలా
ఆపర్చునిటీ.
నేను ఐఎమ్ ఆల్సో థ్యాంక్ఫుల్ టు యూ. యూ స్పెండ్ క్వైట్ గుడ్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్ అండ్ క్వాలిటీ టైం. చాలా మందికి మీరు గైడెన్స్ ఇచ్చారు. వీ నీడ్ యువర్ బ్లెస్సింగ్స్ అండ్ సపోర్ట్ టు ఆల్ అవర్ స్టూడెంట్స్. థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి. నమస్తే సార్. ఉంటాను సార్. విల్ క్లోజ్ దిస్ సెషన్ ఫర్ నౌ అండ్ విల్ రీజాయిన్. Monica, please announce the rejoin schedule.
Yes, so thank you, sir, Vijaya sir, for the wonderful session. Now we will have a quick lunch break, and I request all the participants and attendees to take this time out for lunch, and we will resume back at 2 o'clock. So the session post lunch, what we have is JB Institute of Engineering and Technology will be showcasing their institute and all the, followed by how to build your career after BTech, higher studies, government jobs, startups, followed by St. Peter's Engineering College. They will be interacting with the students and showcasing their institution. So thank you, sir, to all the participants and students. Also, all the students who are willing to get the services from KAB consultants can reach out to us. So I will just place it.
Monica,
yes.
Can I leave? Thank you.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.